Hello everybody, I'm Nicole Michaud, and today we're going to be talking about what an IP address is. IP address stands for Internet Protocol Address. Its job is to encode a computer's host and its network identification number into a single address that can be used to find where a network is located. Every IP address contains three parts: a name which identifies what the object with the IP address is, an address which identifies where the object is, and a route which will tell us how we can go through a network to get to the object. There are two different types of IP addresses, IPv4 and IPv6. The most common addresses are IPv4, so today I'm going to be talking about those. IPv4 addresses contain 32 bits. They are written in dotted decimal format, which means there are 4 parts of the IP address. Each part is separated by a decimal. What are the different types of IP addresses? We can sort IP addresses into 5 different classes, which will define how the network of an IP address works. Class A is used for large networks or networks that contain more than 64,000 hosts. This can be identified because the address starts with a single 0. Class B addresses are used for medium networks with more than 256 hosts, but less than 64,000 hosts. These addresses start with a 1 and a 0. Class C addresses are used for networks with less than 256 hosts and start with 110. Class D addresses are for a type of networking called multicast that allows you to stream information to multiple users through one single transmission. Class E addresses are currently not being used but have been reserved for future use. While classful addressing worked well when the internet was still small, we began to run out of these classful IP addresses as it grew bigger. The idea of classless IP addresses fixed this issue by using a bit mask to determine a network ID at any point in the address. This type of address is the most popular to use now. In this example shown on the screen, you can see that we used a mask at the 22nd bit to define the network and host ID before this 22nd bit. Now I'll hand it over to Dalton, who will show you how to get your own IP address and how to use it.
Hello, my name is Dalton Randall, and today we're going to be going over how to find your IP address and how to use it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is actually how to find your IP address, and it's really easy. If you're using Linux, you can just type IPADDR, and it pulls up this long thing, but all you really care about is what I just highlighted, which is INET, and this one actually has a mask of 23. So once again, this is going to be your IP address. So that's the easiest way. A lot of people also like using ifconfig, and this is pretty similar. So basically, I can highlight it, and you can see the same IP address shows up, and it also has a mask of 23 because 255.255.254 is 23 in binary. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to simply show you a little bit more tricks. So what you might want to do is figure out, let's say, Facebook's IP address. So what we're going to do is just ping Facebook, and as you can see, I'm getting responses. So this is Facebook that's communicating with me, and basically its IP address is what I just highlighted. So that's great, and also I got responses from it. So I know a little bit about what Facebook is now. It's that IP address, but I don't know too much about what that means yet. And also, maybe Facebook has a lot of different IP addresses, and I might be interested in that. So I'm going to use a tool called Dig, and Dig basically allows me to find out its IP address and any subsidiary IP addresses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig facebook.com. When I dig facebook.com, as you see, a whole bunch of stuff pulls up, but the things we care about is the answer section, which is what responded to us when we did the ping, and also the additional section, which is other IP addresses I might be communicating with if I use the actual www or like an internet. So it goes by this IP address, and it goes by this IP address, and also, as you can see, it also has some IPv6 addresses it uses, and these are a little bit longer. And Facebook is actually interesting in that regard, in that they actually have their whole entire name in their IP address. See? Facebook. This is something you can do if you have a lot of money. And so basically that's how you can use Dig, and that's some of the cool stuff you can do to find out other people's IP address and find out your own. When you have this, you can do some stuff that we might teach you in another video.